bonus video. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and we're here today back in some Runeterra, and I wanted to show you guys something special. That we are in Silver 1. I'm so close to getting into gold. It was kind of my goal, right, to actually get into gold. I've been playing this deck. Yes, it's my favorite deck, and it's a deck that I've never shown before. I kind of wanted to showcase it to you guys, just to see if you kind of would like it. Some people do like my decks for some reason. This is what I've come up with. This is what I've conspired. I've fallen in love. Oh my God, with Leblanc. I didn't mean to do that. With Leblanc, I freaking love this card, and I really don't think that she gets enough representation. I've been making a ton of LeBlanc decks, and I mean, like, literally, like, I have this other one where it's like Lulu LeBlanc. It's kind of funny. I was gonna make another one where I think it was like with Ezreal and stuff like that. There's so many different ways to play her, and I also like it, you know, like Azir and stuff like that. But I think I've fallen deeply in love with this character. The build, oh God. I'm skipping steps. This is the deck itself, so I'll just explain it really briefly, then we'll get right into the games. Omen Hawk is just there just to kind of boost them up. Hopefully it hits LeBlanc. If it doesn't, that's still pretty good too. If you guys don't know, the whole thing is reputation. If you get reputation, it's not on the shine, baby. Oh yeah. Reputation is good for cards like this. As long as allies that have struck with 5+ attack, you need to do it 4 times, and then you get these. Pretty much reduces the cost of cards, and this one turns into a 2 cost. But one of the coolest things is this card right here. The Mimic spell is ridiculous. Reputation costs 1. It costs 1, and it copies the card in play, which I've learned the hard way. In play just means that the card is on the stack, so you can't copy someone's burst. I thought like in play meant like if they use the burst spell, I can copy it, but I can't. But also in hand, which allows us to do a lot of shenanigans, man. I think people are really sleeping on this card. I happened to be watching Hawktie. He used it to copy someone's pack your bags, and he instantly gets pack your bags. Also, it does not work, which I think is kind of messed up. It does not work on champion spells. If I do use it on a champion spell, I do get the champion, which is still pretty cool at that thing. I did not know that either. So it has a lot of implications that I think that people really aren't really exploring, that really need to be brought out to this card. I think that it's way better than people give it credit for. It also allows us to copy the Thorn of Rose here. Not the Thorn of Rose, sorry, but the Guile. I've won a couple matches literally just copying the Guile and then stunning 2 targets for 1 mana. And then also if Mimic costs 1 mana, that's 3 mana, 2 stuns, and stuff like that. Also allows me to copy any of the spells that I personally have. Like if I want to use Bloody Business, but I don't want to actually use it, I can just mimic it and then use the mimic version, use that the copy of it. Of course, it lets them know what's in my hand, which is kind of bad. You don't want to give your opponent too much information, but sometimes them also knowing that it's in my hand, it might change the way that they play. It might make them make some mistakes, or the fact that in some situations it doesn't matter if they know it's in my hand. I still have the advantage. That's pretty much the deck. Only one of these because I don't really want to be drawing multiple copies of them. They're really expensive. I still like the Ancient Yetis, but I've been thinking about cutting them for possible like harsh wins. I have seen a different iteration of this deck where it's more focused on Ashe being the secondary champion, so you have more freezes, brittle steals, flash freezes, 3 sisters, stuff like that to kind of really boost up the deck. I did think that that's a slightly better version of this deck, but I've used this deck and I'm more comfortable with it, so that's why I'll be using it in this example. Trifarian, also if she gets hit by either Avarosian Hawk God, or if she gets hit by Omen Hawk, she becomes a 5, so she draws at least 1 herself. Plus, as you can see, I'm kind of stacked with those kind of cards as well, so pretty good. Also, we got the Black Rose Spire, which I used to only have 1 of, but I just love her so much that, you know, if it happens to work in this favor, the strongest ally, you can pretty much get a copy of another Ashe, another LeBlanc, or another character that's been doing the work. So let's just get into the games. So without further ado, I know it's a long intro. Let's get a rinky dinky do. Let's get into it. All right, so we got Swain. Yeah, so didn't Mogwai just update a deck with this? I actually lose pretty badly to it because it's a whole bunch of stunning, which is very pesky, annoying for my thing. I do like that this is my one-off card and it will help me trade him down, but I don't like to do this. I've learned the harsh lesson that you usually want to keep a Whispering Woods in your hand, just because I don't know, it just for me, I've learned, like when I mulligan away, I always get pissed when I don't have it. We've definitely got blessed with the Omen Hawk turn 1. Reckoning is still pretty good because of as long as someone, I used to mess this card up. I thought I had to choose an ally with 5 attack and then it goes, but as long as I have 1 5 attack ally he has to either deal with multiple of them or, you know, and then it clears his whole field, which is great because even when Swain's leveled up, I think that he still stays at 4, so that's pretty good. He's either has to stun it or he can't attack. We're just gonna go here with the Big Papa. If he's smart, he'll maybe stun this. So he can stun it and then do other nonsense like that. This thing, if he plays it like how I play it, he'll just like throw it out there.
These stories were true.
Really cool about, like I said, I just need to strike with characters that have 5 or more. So sometimes I will play a little bit more risky. He can't what's him called here? Can't deny this, so I can actually freely kill this. 3 mana, I can't see what he can do. The only thing I could possibly see him do is if he has the, what is it, the blessings of the whatever. So that's gonna be a free strike for me. I don't think he has a way of countering that. So and I was telling my friend that like I was playing against him and I was losing bad. He's actually just get the plat. Yo, congrats to Parrot hitting plat. But it's funny that a lot of people surrender against this deck because I feel like they're really not used to like the spells. Like, why would you play that and not have deny backup? Like, I'm going to kill that card. It's I don't know. I just think it's funny that some people like they instantaneously surrender. Like, be a nice human. I can't help it. So we got a solo Azir deck. Looks like he's going to be playing the burn aspect of it. That's usually when you see that. Always keep the Yeti in hand. This is a pretty spicy hand. Outside, I don't like this in my opening hand. So yes, I do have 3, so I can pretty much refill my hand. But this deck is very pokey and very draggy. The caretakers and stuff like that. So I do want to be careful. But then again, I don't care. I'll just replace that 1 card. But I don't care as far as if he pulls and we still attack, as long as I get the attack off. So I am concerned as if he like Withering Wails these, but I don't care if he pulls them and he kills them with a sapling. I don't really care. So we do have 4 units. If they all get their attacks off, whether he kills LeBlanc, sometimes LeBlanc just dies as a regular 3/5/2 drop, you know? It happens. Don't really care. But once I get Reputation off, like a lot of other cards in my deck open up really badly. Like this is a 2 cost. If I draw into it, it's like 2 for 2. Like for the price of its original cost, I draw 4 cards. Like that's kind of crazy. So this guy might be may ran with it quick. We're gonna do these quick end turns. Hopefully get another win. Hey man, content creator baby. So we get another one. Her mimic spell is not her, sorry, her thing is this one. It just deal 2 damage. It costs too much. So if this is a mean, cruel world, he'll have what's more like really crazy, annoying stuff here. I don't have to play LeBlanc, especially if he wants to commit some mana here, which he does. So I can actually freely play. What do I have? This is Reckoning. That might be pretty spicy. I'm just saying. He doesn't have, well, he can Rite Negation it, right? I don't think this deck would, oh no, this deck would definitely run Rite Negation. It's a bunch of minion BS, right? But next turn, I can sit here pretty much. I pretty sure that would happen. I'm actually happy that he did it like that. I'm not gonna block, we're gonna take some damage here. And then I still might even open with Reckoning. Because he would have to Rite Negation it, sacrifice one of his heroes to do so. And then it would put him, and then I get pretty much a free attack, right? And he only has 4 cards going up to 5 cards. I wish I had a 1-drop here, would have been fantastic to that. But he knows here that I can't technically attack, right? There's nothing that really prevents me from attacking here. He'll just probably chump block it. And then I still can get the Reckoning afterwards, I think. And plus having the mana open is fine. He might just let the 5 hit too. I don't think why he would sacrifice a unit. Because the unit is very dependent on having a bunch of units. I could also wait until next turn. And then hopefully he tries to do something possible with the Caretaker and then do it on that. So what does he do here? Stalking Shadows, okay. Only 1 option there, depending on what he plays. Oh, so we get the free attack here. Fantastic. See if he develops more. I definitely want to punish a development here. That's the regular Doom Beast. So that means he has another one in his hand. We're still gonna Reckoning here. Rebuild, sir. Rebuild. Especially killing this, this is like treacherous. Plus, if I clear his board out, right, that he doesn't have any way to really safely do a Caretaker. So this really destroys his whole board and kind of slows his whole plan away. He does have another, I'm pretty sure he got Doom Beast from it, right? So he has another Doom Beast, but that's ethereal. So he won't have anything on there. Like, this is really destroys his whole thing. He has no spell mana either. So that's everything about that to me spells amazing. We also have our Ancient Yeti here, getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So let's see what he decides to do here. I do want to start getting my reputation strikes in. See what he does. Gonna do. What is he gonna do? I can also use my Leblanc spell to ping off something. I mean, it's still pretty pricey, but it also does count towards his thing. So he's gonna go with another Stalking Shadows. Okay, 2 options. I think he's gonna start. Yeah, if he goes into the ethereal, I will definitely just develop all over his face. I will just develop, but he has 1 copy. This is the ethereal one. That is very strange for you to hear. I can even just play this one, throw it out there as a blocker, so I don't have to waste this. Actually, no, this is the better play. Hindsight being 2020. Playing this, if he blocks it, I'll just block it, and it's a free strike. I can open attack, and then I get my reputation strikes. This deck again does not really run, at least not to my knowledge. It doesn't really run like removal like that. If anything, he'll do a 5 mana. He can do a 5 mana thing. Grasp of the Undying, and then he can kill one of these. He could kill LeBlanc. If I get this attack off, this 5, this thing levels up into 6. I am everyone. I love this chick. Activates. This is gonna also activate our reputation. Now this is a 1-cost spell. This is this. Also, since I just strike, the reputation is activate. I can now get 2 LeBlancs. This deck is crazy. And I was fighting against my friend and using Shurima, and he just kept lowering the attack. Even by lowering it by 1, it just destroys my deck. Fading Memories. I'm gonna give him that. So he's gonna Doom Beast. Oh, if he actually got like another one, he could potentially kill me, no? Not exactly sure. I could use this reputation, but I don't think that it. I could use Whispering Woods, but it doesn't really. I don't have any spells that are really gonna help me. I'm gonna do this to
another one.
Multiply my LeBlanc count. But he could actually just kill me with pure ping here. What he could do is that if he can't play this, right? He can. Well, it's gonna lower its cost in his hand, right? So I think that he might have another Doom Beast. Caretaker. Don't understand the point of that because this is the ethereal one. I think that could possibly been a misplay.
Of 2 golden crowns.
Another one.
It was inevitable.
Yo, let him know, LeBlanc. Queen Savage in the building. Can I just make a push? I mean, I think I need 5 wins though. I'm not trying to do that much. It's 11:30. I do want to go work out. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe if you like watching these videos, especially if you're from another game that I cover. But I actually try to prioritize my cooking and working out a little bit more than just doing YouTube. Trying to get myself really healthy, and I really want to show you guys the results of my body soon, in a couple months or so. Which I guess that's not soon for most people. But we're winning this now. This deck should wreck us pretty bad. This deck definitely runs Withering Wail. It definitely runs Withering Wail because it wants to slay, does a lot of killing of its own units. This hand is kind of I do like the Mimic. Mimic is great here. I actually fought another guy. I really should record more of these games, but he tried to use, he used whatchamacallit on me, Harrowing on me, and I just was like, oh, that sounds like a great card. Let me use that Harrowing, buddy. That's a great card, but that's the power of this card. That if you have enough mana, especially with Reputation activated, it's just super good. He's gonna get a hit off on me. Sometimes I do like the Icefield Archer. Doesn't really matter what I freeze here. I could also just keep the spell mana in general. Like, this is for like usually like a big target. I almost want to keep this for Knossos because he will come later, but if he comes to Thresh, it doesn't really matter. Just mitigating some damage. The only spell I have right now is this. So we could play on curve. So I have more things to play. I don't really feel comfortable trading those. Looks like this might be a little bit better blocker later on. This is 4 damage, I think. And he still gets a minion afterwards, and he gets a slay. Alright, so next turn, he's down to 3 cards though, 4 cards now. Omen Hawk is pretty good here. I do want to hurry up and get my things activated though. I'm definitely terrified of not having Reputation activated. It would seem pretty bad. I could go for a cheeky Leblanc here.
The best lies are beautiful.
Before he plays like the bar hopper, rolling hopper, whatever like that. He does no attacks here.
What a treat.
He could use this quicksand. Quicksand would kill me off, right? Quicksand would completely ruin me actually, but I don't know if he runs that. If he does, he does. I don't think he does, but he does, he does. Does he? Okay, no, he just, bro, I respect it. Another way of denying my thing gives him an extra slay. He still keeps his unit, throws 2 cards, and my card advantage is slowly dwindling. All right, so that's pretty cool. So I was kind of hoping I didn't draw an actual unit there. So what I want to do here is, and look, even that, Shurima is like my natural enemy because now my LeBlanc can't trigger anything. So he can pull this and kill it with that. That's fine. There's no way of really stopping that. I think I still want to play this.
Darling, you are dressed to kill. Is it really so obvious?
That's not going to count towards it. I feel like doing this is not that bad either. I want to lower his board out so he doesn't have any comfortable targets. He still has that one though. Gonna do this. Next turn we're gonna do the Harp Guard as well, just for the extra value. I kind of need it, to be honest. Ooh, that was perfectly. I still don't want to play her yet though. I want to play this first. It increases like the viability of my deck like tenfold. All right, so Delightful Agony Inflicting. I could use this. Like I do, like I said, that combo's still pretty good. If I were to freeze this so he can't block with it, if I throw this out, I feel like he's gonna block with this, or he actually might just throw the 5/3 out. So if I go freeze this one, I'll throw the 5/1 out. I actually throw both. I don't care. If he wants to block with this, leave it as a low mana thing. I think that's very risky of him. So I'm hoping that he trades, yeah, 5/3 into that. That's fine. He has Withering Wail in his deck, or possibly now in his hand. You get 2 strikes for Reputation, so I kind of have to prioritize that. I really do. So Reputation, I might have to just throw that out. Does he just Withering Wail off the stack, or Foul Feast? That's pretty good too. That is fine. We do have a Reckoning. I could copy that if I wanted to. Actually makes any sense. All right, so he does that. He still has a lot of mana here. He could pull my LeBlanc and then we both die in glory, but I think I'd rather just play. What I'd rather do is him just, actually I'm not gonna do anything because I could Reckoning next turn, right?
I must get out of here.
I'll do that. That's fine. If he has Grasp of the Undying, my LeBlanc obviously dies. Oh, he's gonna level up if he kills one more thing, but he already attacked. Can't really do anything to that. If he kills LeBlanc right now, then he kills LeBlanc. I do think that he probably has like a Glimpse Beyond or something like that to just hurry up and level this up, or he Grasp of the Undying. Either war is still pretty good. He does the Thrush Box. Wasn't really anticipating that, but that's still pretty good. Should have played that in hindsight. Gets that, levels him up. Gets the Thrush out of the hand. So my only hope here, I think, would be that if I were to be able to still play something like, I didn't play this, which I kind of think I should have. He's really too big. I have nothing to stop him. Pretty much he just draws the Nasus. Okay. And we did draw the Yeti. Oh, I need to kill this on my opening turn. So I need to play this. If he opens attack, I almost lose, I think. I don't lose, because I still have this to block the Nasus himself. He's done a decent amount of slaying, so I'm still like deeply concerned by it. But it's the only shot I got to kill his whole board. Hopefully he develops one more thing. He could vengeance. The issue with this also is that if he vengeances this, I also lose that too. Foul Thesis, which passes initiative to me. He still has vengeance mana. I feel like I just have to go for this. There's no real choice in the matter here. If he does have the Rite of Negation, he also stops it too. But it does slow him down slightly. Could vengeance this. Hey, there's a lot of options here. The only other thing I could have did was the Thorn of Rose first, but it is what it is, and I don't have enough mana because it's my reputation not activated to actually go through that. Close that. I'm gonna have to use this to block Nasus. He's got an extra slave for Rite of Negation. It's always a different champion, right? Yeah, it's always a different. How big is he? Yeah. My other option, like I said, was to possibly just play this, but then he just opens attack anyway. Like that, I don't think I stopped the open attack aspect of it, and this is why I did think about splashing. Remember, I said taking the Yetis out and putting Harsh Winds. That would completely stop this type of play, and that would be completely fine. Now with Nasus activated, a lot of my cards become super useless because of the -1. Like, we did play the Hearthguard before, but now it's Standalea 5. Still not that gonna be good. Siphoning Strike. Backbreaking. And there we go. All good in the hood. Anywho, that's gonna be it. I always like to just do 3 matches, best of 3 as you will. But then again, I won the best of 3, right? Because I won the first 2 matches. But I think we did pretty okay in this. Like I said, I do think that possibly adding in more freeze mechanics, just letting Ashe you didn't even see Ashe so far, but she's only card in here. She has a freeze up by herself, and it's just the Iceville Archers, and that's really it. There's no really other thing to really let her kind of like do her thing, especially if I draw her. So I did think about cutting these Ancient Yetis, but they do provide a lot of pressure, and that's more of like the version that I'm running. It's more pressure, put stuff on the field, not really like sit back and like cast spells and stuff like that. But I've seen the value of both. What do you guys think? What version do you think would be a little bit better? I've seen both pretty much do really well. And then I got some other LeBlanc decks that I should show you guys. I'll put the shared, the copy link, because I do think that this version is pretty good, and I've actually refined it decently enough that I think that people can play it and do well with it. We didn't really get to see Mimic pop off too much, but I'm telling you, it's an amazing spell. I almost might grind games to find you guys situations where Mimic does really good and do a separate video on how strong it is. Anywho, that's gonna be it for me. Like, comment, and subscribe, and just remember that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.